lacrosse friends, and welcome to the championship weekend in the PBL. It is the Jim Thorpe Challenge semifinals tonight here at First Arena in Elmira. I am Steven Stamp, pleased to be bringing you this game between the Syracuse Spark and the Elmira Renegades, who are the home team because we're in Elmira, but the Spark, I guess, would be slight favorites. These are two teams. Both of them went 2-2 back in the PBLA before the league had to suspend operations, and they've played the round robin in the Jim Thorpe Challenge. Syracuse going 2-1, Elmira 1-2, putting them second and third respectively. Thanks for being with us here on Lacrosse TV, and at 8 p.m. we will have the semifinal number 2 between the first place undefeated Jim Thorpe All-Americans and the fourth place and winless Binghamton Bombers. But right now, we're going to see Ross Cree going to the face-off dot in the brilliant orange of the Syracuse Spark up against Austin Finger of the Elmira Renegades. Finger, who's a new-to-box guy, but has gotten better and better and better as this season has gone on. Won't get this first possession, though. Hank Delisle did. Delisle, nice job avoiding the check, but then threw the pass away. It's picked off by Lucas Maloney. Nice behind-the-back pass to Brett Logan. And Elmira has the first possession. Maloney gets it back and does a pretty good job getting it over there to Nick Miller. Nick Miller, a fan favorite here. He's had some great shots, some lovely goals in this league. Here's Carson Reese. Justin McKinney hands it back over to the far side to Brad Voigt. Back to McKinney, but he dropped it right on top of the crease. Great chance, but he may have been looking down to make sure he stayed out of the crease as that ball arrived to him. And the 30, I believe the 30 is expired. It looks like it was reset accidentally, so the officials had the count. So the players couldn't see it, but the count was on the floor. Tommy Palasek flips it up behind his back to Sky Sunday. Our starting goaltenders, we didn't get to see Edmund Cathers challenged down at the Syracuse end, but we are about to see Jack Runkle, I believe, making his first start. Shot from the outside by Caleb Benedict, who's been deadly. Oh, close to a back in, but just avoiding it there was McKinney, and he will hand it off to Miller, who's going to sprint over center and didn't make it. They were a little slow getting going. You could tell Miller was running. He had nobody to pass it to, and we were a little slow on their change. A swim move by Benedict, who passes it behind the net to Carmen Papa. That one I thought was going to Donahue, but it didn't. It went out to Hops, and he passed it down to get a shot, and then another save by Jack Runkle. It almost snuck through him. Owen Hill is just waving everybody up. He says, I'll just take it up. Now he hands it off to Waylon Abrams. Abrams, very talented. He's a pretty good shot there, but things have not quite come together for him yet here with the Renegades. They are expecting him to break out, and tonight would be an apt time. Oh, that shot is off the far post. Owen Hill absolutely ripping it. Reminder, a couple of rules differences. The big one is the changes. You have to leave the floor by your defensive door, the one closest to your goalie in the quarter, and come onto the floor. Nice little underhand reverse whip by Voigt, but Cathers was ready for it. And you come onto the floor from your offensive box. So it means no problem, you can get transition heading up the floor, but it is very difficult to take away transition by running from offense to the bench and getting a D guy come out. You got to go and play two ways for the most part. Here's Dylan Lyons. A rip by Benedict. That one's wide. It's almost tapped by Delisle. Goes to Jimmy Chadwick, though, and he got trying to get it ahead to Jeff Geddes. Was a little overzealous, and it zips up. Oh, there's Logan Monroe cutting through the crease to go, and luckily he didn't go over and check Caleb Benedict, because that is a penalty if you take a shortcut through your offensive crease to go and check a ball carrier. Tommy Palasek with the sweet all-black rig. Love the black head, black lace, black shaft. That rip from Rio Johnson just off the leg of Runkle may have got the post as well. Miller sees Chubb coming to get him. Nice job fighting through that check. Now he's running into a triple team. Good job to peel out and find somebody. Owen Hill is a good guy to get it to. He'll just leave it there. and Stephen Portelli will set things up. He's been playing very well. The Renegades were hoping they might get a chance to finish first. Maloney with the hard rip. That's wide, though. Scooped up nicely by Sky Sunday. He's going to step over center. There was no transition, so he'll hand it off. Bill O'Brien now running in, but that pass gets away, and Portelli's got it. The Renegades came into last week playing the Jim Thorpe All-Americans and led them for 57 minutes or 56 minutes. Here's Nate Schultzke. Pretty good take. Now he can't play that. That's through the crease first to pick it up. Now he's got to stay back. You can't be right on top of him, Nate. There you go. You're lucky he ran away, because Chadwick could have probably drawn a penalty just by running straight into Schultzke, because you have to give him some room on the reset. Carmen Papa open up front. Bill O'Brien tries to get it to him, does get the pass through. I felt waited a bit too long, maybe, but maybe didn't see what he wanted. Now there's a holding the stick penalty coming, it looks like. I think on Jimmy Chadwick, and he's saying, no, look what Carmen Papa did. So Chadwick will go to the penalty box for the first penalty of the night. And this is where the other rule could come into play, as each team, once per half, can opt to take a penalty shot instead of a 2-minute man advantage. Bradley Voigt goes over and has a chat with John Civic, the official who made the call. John Civic, Danny Tavares, and Clint Doolittle, the officials. Power play Syracuse. They opt not to use the penalty shot yet. You get one per half, as we said. Did start out as 2 per half in the PBLA, and that just seemed to turn into a lot of penalty shots. I liked the idea. I think everyone enjoyed the idea, and it was fun when it started, but then by the end of a game, we've had 8 penalty shots, and it was a lot. So I think they did a good job adjusting to the 4. Justin McKinney racing after, but Caleb Benedict gets by him and gets position. That's going to allow Cathers to tap it down. Hank Delau picks it up. Great wheels by Caleb Benedict, who's highly skilled and obviously pretty quick. McKinney was going fast, but Benedict just ran past him. Here's Jay Chubb accepting the pass from Dylan Lyons and then going up to Donahue. Dylan Donahue back in the lineup. Syracuse is missing Dan Rogers, a solid defender. Oh, it's picked off. Brody LeBourne heads towards the benches. Penalty coming to Zach Hops. So they're going to try and kill as long as they can here, because the longer it ticks off now, the more time Elmira will wind up getting on the power play. They could, of course, opt for the penalty shot. I feel like they might go for the... Well, it'll be interesting. It's picked up there by Dylan Lyons. Now, strategic decision. Brian Hobart's looking up at the board at the time. Do you take the penalty shot? Otherwise, you're going to go 4-on-4, and then you will have, for 35 seconds, and you'll have 1:25 of power play. Oh, and Hobart had to get Bradley Voigt's attention, because Elmira had 5 players out there, I think, forgetting that Jimmy Chadwick was in the penalty box. Here's Carson Reese, tries to duck under Schultzke. Dwight Barrow staying home, good job. He picks up Reese, and Schultzke will get up on Portelli. There's the cutter through the middle. Waylon Abrams will take the pass now, up top, and Portelli. Long rip from the outside by Owen Hill, and that's going to get them a reset and a fresh 30, which means in 7 seconds they'll go to the power play. We'll see if Chadwick goes to the bench or up on the O. Yeah, he's going to the bench, and Bradley Voigt will now join power play set with about 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Rip from Owen Hill. That one stopped. Almost grabbed by Waylon Abrams. Just got away from him. Owen Hill got bumped from behind, partly by Abrams. Reset, another fresh 30 for the Renegades. You've got 4 defenders who have been out there for a while. You know, Brian Buhal, Bureau, and Schultzke. Heads up play by Owen Hill. The ball was off the goaltender, so it's a reset. So he waited till it rolled over center. If he picked it up before center and stepped over, that's an over and back. You give up the ball. So that's a smart play. Just be patient. You're going to have the full 30. There's still lots of time on the power play. 38 still on the man advantage. Here's Schultzke. He's going to skedaddle it up the floor. 33 left on the penalty. Oh, and that's going to be a check from behind. And Not a great decision by Stephen Portelli. He's not going to like it, but, you know, the guy's just running up with the ball. You get him right on the back of the letters of his name, and you're going to get that call. So we go back to 4-on-4, this time for 28 seconds. And then Syracuse will have the power play for a minute 32. I'm actually a little surprised neither coach decided to use their penalty shot because they're going to have a shortened power play. Maybe they like the 4-on-4 though with the space. Here's Dylan Lyons, who has been a revelation. The last couple weeks were the first 2 games I've seen him play. He was a junior B guy who has made his way up, and he has been fantastic. Oh no, McKinney looks hurt. He's gone down, he's not getting up. Dwight Biro can't pick it up. It's going to be, hopefully, Elmira can get it here and we can have play blown down. No, McKinney's making his way to the bench. Biro gets it. You don't call the play down. That's going to be a breakaway chance for Voigt, or for Maloney. He scores! So the injury to McKinney turns into a bit of a boon for Lucas Maloney and the Renegades. They get the first goal. What a terrific break. You see him all alone coming off. That was going to be an over and back on Syracuse after that pass got away. And because it took McKinney a while to get to the bench, Maloney was late coming on the floor, and that turns into a benefit and a shorthanded goal. For Lucas Maloney to make it 1-0 Renegades. These teams did play 2 weeks ago. Syracuse won that one. They were both 2-2 in the PBLA season. Syracuse started out with a pair of losses and looked really shaky and had some discipline issues and some change issues. They were trying to play O&D. And Ron Cogan, their head coach, all kinds of credit to him. He's like, this is not working. We are going to go to lines of 5 and roll guys out. And they've made some tweaks since then, but that turned them around. They won their next 2 games and looked like a juggernaut. They did lose the first game of the season to Jim Thorpe, and they also lost the first game of the Jim Thorpe Challenge Round Robin to the All-Americans. They are looking to get a rematch. The All-Americans favored in the second semifinal tonight, but we'll see if Binghamton can pull one out. Here's Hank Delisle. Gets it back from Benedict. Fifth attacker just joining now for the power play. The shot's taken. Runkle makes the save. Oh, but it's thrown away. I'm not sure why Joe Menicola felt the pressure to throw that up the floor so quickly. He had the ball, was being chased into the corner, so you get a bit of pressure. He wants to move it ahead, but he had some time and winds up giving it back, and a chance for Syracuse to get it. And there's a chance. Oh, Caleb Benedict. Not technically a power play goal, as Portelli had been released, but he had just stepped out of the penalty box, was nowhere even near the restraining line yet, as Benedict took that chance. You can see he just gets left all alone, and what a beautiful bouncer. Get it up just under the crossbar on the far side. He had a ton of net to work with as Runkle was coming across, but a little bit late getting over. So it's 1-1. We're almost 10 minutes into this first quarter. We've seen some high-scoring games. Last week, the Elmira Jim Thorpe game, that Elmira led with 4 minutes to play. They led by 3 goals, and then Jim Thorpe scored 5 in the last 4 minutes to win that game by a pair. That wound up being 16-14. We've had some high-scoring games. There's so far only 2 goals in this quarter, and it's been pretty good lacrosse. It's going fast. Miller drives to the net. Ross Cree just enough to affect his shot, but not enough to draw a holding penalty. And the save by Edmund Cathers, who's been sharp. Runkle playing well, directing traffic from his crease. There's Rio Johnson, who scored some spectacular goals and made a few decisions that make you think you need to consider what you're doing out there at times. What a talent, though. Passes it off to Sky Sunday, who rips one from outside with 7 on the shot clock. That's going to get up, out of play. And one of the young teams, there's going to be some local lacrosse teams, local minor lacrosse clubs will be playing on the floor at halftime. They are sitting just underneath the camera, and they were stoked to see that ball spinning up towards them. That pass is too high. Gets away from Abrams. And Bill O'Brien, great position. Anybody can't pick up the ball. Here's Owen Hill has it. Schultzke, good job D'ing him up. And waits for the help from Bureau. Now O'Brien on Hill. O'Brien, a punishing defender. You can hear the whacks. Big pick from Voigt. Sidearm rip with just a couple left on the shot clock. Waylon Abrams had to try something. Pretty good job getting the shot on net, but Cathers was able to smother it and throw it ahead to Dylan Donahue. This is the PBL Jim Thorpe Challenge semifinal number 1 on Lacrosse TV. I am Steven Stamp. Thanks for being with us. There's a pass through. What a great catch by Caleb Benedict. Okay, he should have been called there. He didn't pick the ball up because he knew he'd gone through the crease and couldn't pick it up. You can't actually even stand in front of the defender. And then, we're going to have a penalty. I thought that was just a possession call, but Stephen Portelli is getting another check from behind. And an explanation of why from Danny Tavares. So we're going to have a penalty shot, and it's going to be Caleb Benedict. Skylar Thomas took a ton of shots for Syracuse back in the PBLA season, was spectacular. Benedict jumped in once in a while. Thomas not here this week, not available for the Spark. As I mentioned, Dan Rogers out. Nate Schultzke does draw in, and boy, he's been active tonight. Caleb Benedict will take the penalty shot option for the Spark in the first half. The officials giving Jack Runkle his instructions. Caleb Benedict just wants to go. He is standing there waiting. And here it comes. He scoops it up. It's fairly wide. Runkle deep in his crease. Staying deep. Yeah, you're not going to stop him staying that deep. He just didn't take anything away. And that gave Caleb Benedict a whole bunch of room. I think the behind the net, if we have that replay from behind the net, that's going to show you, I think, a whole bunch of room for Caleb Benedict. I think Jack Runkle, you don't want to get stuck stepping out, but look at all that space. And Benedict, no mistake, he's so talented. He'll take advantage of that. 2-1, the Spark go ahead with the penalty shot goal. Stephen Portelli went to the bench, but he's got to come back and serve. The rule is on the penalty shots. You have to still go and serve the 2 minutes. It's just like a major where the team scores a couple of goals on it. You go back to even strength, but that player has to serve the 2 minutes. Austin Finger rips it across to Brett Logan. Nice pass from Miller over to Chadwick. That one zings out around the world by Lucas Maloney. Almost worked. He was just a bit wide. O'Brien loses the ball and his stick. We have a penalty coming. He's going to get the stick back. It's a slashing call on Brett Logan. So it'll be a power play again for Syracuse. No penalty shot option, of course. They've used their one for the first half. With just about 3 minutes to go in the quarter. We have a Syracuse power play. They'll try and add to this 2-1 lead. And there they go, just like that, and Benedict is the man. He has all 3 of the goals for the Spark. So with the 3-1 lead, 2.5 to go in the first. This time it's Carmen Papa out to take the draw. It's 4-on-4 battling here as Austin Finger back out for Elmira. Big bump from Chadwick. Actually pops the ball loose. But Donahue's able to pick it up. Oh, it's behind Carmen Papa. Nice hustle by Chubb, but he just misses the ball. Zach Hops will pick it up. Did it touch? Oh, they're going to call over and back. Hops, no, yeah, I think Hops is right. He was arguing for a touch, and I agree. It went off an Elmira player. The officials are going to get together and have a quick chat, but I'm pretty sure it was touched by an Elmira player. Bradley Voigt saying, no, nobody touched it. I'm pretty sure somebody did. All right. Maybe nobody did. They took a vote. The no touches overruled the touches, and Elmira will have possession. Lucas Maloney starts with it, gets it over to Owen Hill. He has been the most dangerous Renegade. Voigt comes in, good check by Schultzke to throw him off balance. And then Hobbs gives Voigt a little tap in the face. I'm not sure if that was friendly or not, to be honest. Save by Edmund Cathers, and he scoops it up himself. He's got two guys down the floor. He goes to Donahue, and Papa's just going to pull up. Donahue, missed the net. I thought he went through the crease. You can hear the yells of crease from up here. Now he's going to the net. Nice job by Carson Reese to just make that difficult for him. They've got time to get across center. They pass it up, and here's Nick Miller. Elmira would love to get one back before the end of the quarter, at which point we will have a chat with the head of Mammoth Sports and Entertainment and the man largely behind making this Jim Thorpe Challenge happen, Steve Donner. He is intently watching his Renegades. Little reverse whip, but Cathers was right there. Not much room for Josh Harris to shoot at. That long pass to Sky Sunday was nowhere near him. And Runkle makes the quick outlet to Jimmy Chadwick. Coming into the final minute of the quarter. Stick with us during the break. Nick Miller tiptoes the line. Syracuse wants an over and back call. I think it was a good non-call. I think he did a good job. I am right about on the center line. And it looked to me like there was green between him and the center line. Oh, great pass, but what a save. Runkle stops Rio Johnson right on top of the crease. Johnson goes back against the grain, and Runkle makes a huge stop. They've got to get it across center. They get the pass. Miller gets it up there, but it doesn't connect. Oh, Caleb Benedict, that's bad news. Unless Jack Runkle can do that, that is great news for the Renegades. What a save. Runkle finding his way, and then the bump. He's going to get an illegal pick call. That's not the worst thing you can do. Just take a turn over the possession there. Well, if you're going to do it, you might as well really hit Caleb Benedict. Benedict behind the net, thinking about reaching Duncan. Runkle is tight on his post. Great job. And then the pass doesn't get through to Johnson. It'll be picked up by Tommy Palasek with 8 left on the shot clock. Passes it across. Here's Johnson. Nice strip. Great check there by Owen Hill. Not known for his defense. And now Austin Finger getting an illegal cross-check call, and he is exasperated. So that will wrap up the first quarter. I'm going to be joined in just a moment by Steve Donner. And very excited to have Steve on board. All right, Steve. Whoa, that's a bit hot. Sorry, folks. Steve, this is so exciting. We talked last week about how that second game, the Jim Thorpe Elmira game, the first half in particular, was probably the most exciting PBL lacrosse we've seen. How are you feeling about the way things are going overall?
Oh, tonight, pure playoff atmosphere, great defense on both sides of the ball, and a little bit of nerves here in the first quarter, I think. But great start by Syracuse and great playoff lacrosse, I think.
So we've had, the PBLA go for a bit, then just unfortunately didn't work out. We get this resuscitated with the PBL, with the Jim Thorpe Challenge, and things are going well. The lacrosse has been good. How are things looking down the road? What do you envision?
Well, I think it was important for us to keep the game going because the product on the field has been so good and so exciting for the fans. And like tonight's game being streamed across the country, there's a number of investors looking at the league for next year. So the best we can do is put on a great show, and I feel good about the league rebooting for next season.
Nice. And as we have just a brief moment left, I'm curious, what has been the most exciting thing for you and maybe the most challenging thing of getting this league going?
I think the most exciting thing has been the rules in the game on the field. It's been the most exciting lacrosse I've seen. And the most challenging thing is I think start something new, and we did it in a short runway. I think that's been the most challenging. But what we're seeing on the field is the reason why we have to keep fighting to get this back for next year.
Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to continue with the game, and great to have you on board.
Thanks, Steve.
All right. So that was Steve Donner, head of Mammoth Sports and Entertainment, and one of the key people responsible for keeping this product on the floor. He's had, I know, help from coaches and players, a lot of people contributing to what is happening, and this is exciting lacrosse. This is a lot of fun. So glad to have you with us here on Lacrosse TV. I am Steven Stamp, and this is the semifinals of the Jim Thorpe Challenge of the Players Box Lacrosse. Ross Cree back out to take this face-off for Syracuse, and Jimmy Chadwick. Double fours instead of the single four Austin Finger, because Austin Finger is in the penalty box for that illegal cross-check. Big collision, but Cree fights off the check from Brody LeBourne. Syracuse passing around the outside for the time being. Lyons goes back door. Nice quick shot by Sunday, but what a save. Runkle going post to post, making like a young Mike Poulin. One of the best ever, I think, going post to post so quick across the crease. Okay, I'm not saying he's Mike Poulin, but that was a pretty nice save. That pass doesn't connect, but Delisle's the first one to track it down. Lyons up to Donahue. He's got some room. They go after him, so Chubb has space, but blocked nicely. I'm not sure if that was LeBourne or Menicola. I think it might have been LeBourne, and now he's going to take the outlet pass. He's got Chadwick running with him, waves him in. He's going to set a pick on the run. LeBourne scores! Short-handed marker, Brody LeBourne. Lovely play by Jimmy Chadwick to create enough of a pick to really open up space for LeBourne, but not enough to get called for illegal. I mean, you can't be getting called for a moving pick when the player you're running with is running as well, so you see Edmund Cathers getting ready, and there is the pick from Jimmy Chadwick. Just that little hook with the right hand. Watch the way he gets his stick onto the defender, and just enough of Dylan Donahue to keep him from being able to get out and pressure the shot, and Cathers has it ping in off the inside of his foot. Lovely goal, Brody LeBourne. That's a big marker for the Renegades, the short-handed score. And even with their face-off guy in the penalty box, it's possession again. Oh, and bouncing it off the far post was Brett Logan. He can't believe it. It looked like he had Cathers beat. Here's Sky Sunday. Little rushed because he had a bit of trouble picking up the ball, and he sensed Lucas Maloney bearing down on him. Then Maloney picks up the rebound, throws it up to Brett Logan. Pass just out of the reach of Caleb Benedict. Penalty coming to Syracuse. Could be an illegal change, and Runkle sees it now. Dive attempt, what a goal! Bradley Voigt, that's a beauty! Voigt, a very talented player. He's played for the Rochester Nighthawks in the NLL. He's really shown some stuff, but has been close more than he's finished here in the PBL, it seems. He's had some good moments, but he's had a lot of times where you thought he was going to just get a little bit more. And that's one where he got everything available. A great dive from behind the net, full extension to reach it out and tuck it home. So 6 seconds left on the penalty for Elmira. Heads up play, Justin McKinney yelling to get Jimmy Chadwick down on the defensive end for the draw because they are still shorthanded. They were outnumbered 2-1 on the Elmira defensive restraining line, and that makes a difference as Syracuse gets the ball. Smart play. The rip from Benedict off the leg of Chadwick. Buhal with the shot. Runkle gets it out to Chadwick. He's got a man with him. You think he's looking to the bench? No, he's just going to shoot. Oh, pings it off the corner of the crossbar and post. Voigt picks up the loose ball rebound, Nice shovel over to Carson Reese, and they're going to take their time and set things up. We are back to even strength, and we're all even at 3-3 in semi number 1. Here's Miller. Be interesting to see if Elmira stays close or can be ahead in this game. Oh, they do go ahead. Beautiful shot. And Bradley Voigt, who's on fire, and I think that first shot bounced back to him. Takes the pass from Miller, gets the pick. Okay, it was the pass that actually went off. I think it was intended for Owen Hill. No, it was the shot from Voigt that went off the defender, Tim Zimmel, and right back to him. And Voigt takes advantage to give the Renegades their first lead of the game. No, they got the first goal, didn't they? Already lost track. We're 3 minutes into the second quarter, and it is 4-3 for the Renegades. I was going to say, if they can get ahead, if they can stay ahead, can they hold on at the end? They had such a good game against Jim Thorpe last week for 56 minutes, and then really, honestly, looked kind of nervous down the last few minutes. There's a shot from Owen Hill, and it's a fresh 30 as he got it late in the shot clock, bounced it off of Cathers, and it's scooped up in the corner by Logan, and they are resetting. Carson Reese slips through, wasn't quite open. Donahue did a nice job taking away the passing lane. Chris Portelli was looking at him. That's a nice pass, but Logan is stopped by Cathers. He looks up the floor, there's nothing there. Portelli, the first one back. Owen Hill is heading back. Elmira really doing a good job. You can hear the teams talking about, hey, if they have somebody taken off, we've got to get somebody back. Sky Sunday, a hard rip, but it's wide. Comes straight out to Rio Johnson. We got almost a full 30. I don't know if that was reset because it should have been lower, but either way, a lot of time left. As Rio Johnson feeds it through, spinning shot, nice save, Runkle, turning aside Jay Chubb. This time it's Rio Johnson. And you know, that Johnson is a highly skilled, highly creative offensive player, and he did a really nice job there of getting back and taking away the transition. You can tell both coaches have really drilled that into their players. If you're at the top on the offense and there's a shot, you have to get back. You can't let somebody go. If you see somebody going, you've got to go with them. It's more important to take away the transition than to have somebody at the top of the offense. Nice pass across, but they run out of time on the 30. And Voigt will have to just drop it. It's picked up and quickly passed out by Sky Sunday to Delisle. 4-3 Renegades. What a game we've got so far. And the Renegades, though, have now taken a penalty. It's got to be an illegal substitution. Cathers gets to the bench. Extra attacker is out. It's Benedict coming in. The dive attempt is going to be stopped, and that's a crease violation on Tim Zimmel. There's discussion about illegal substitution and who was getting called between some of the officials and the coaches before. It's pretty funny because the refs are saying, oh yeah, you know, this team's been called, you've been called, they've been called. These guys have got away with it. And the coaches just, you know, tend to roll their eyes a bit and say, yeah, you got us sometimes, but we may not have actually been illegal. We think we're okay. They recognize sometimes they are, but you will see, if you look at the midpoint of the Syracuse bench there, the bit of black tape coming up from the floor on the white boards, right at the midpoint, that is the dividing line. So when you're coming off, you have to get past that to your defensive door. Once you're in that part of the box, then somebody can come off the other way. Now, it wouldn't have affected Elmira there because they were coming from their defensive zone in transitioning, not coming back. So as soon as they get in the box, someone can come. And whatever they did wrong, it has cost them a power play goal by Sky Sunday, dropping the head of the stick and ripping one low to low past Runkle, who has been pretty sharp so far, but can't stop that one. We're 4-4. And Austin Finger, number 4 for Elmira, is back out for the faceoff. I wish they'd send Carmen Papa out, so we'd have 4s all across the board. Jeff Geddes was serving that penalty. The illegal sub for Elmira. He goes back to the Renegades bench. Ball pops way deep. It's grabbed by McKinney, and he loses control, trying to avoid the crease. He still looks like he's limping a bit after going down and clearly being in pain earlier. Oh, what a bouncer. Beautiful shot, Sky Sunday. No, that's Ross Cree. Thought it was 71. That was 77, Ross Cree. What a lovely play on the run. Little underhand skipper. Look at him fight through the one check, fight through a second check, and then uses, as he absorbs that hit, a huge hit. I think it was Owen Hill laying the boom. But Cree takes that to use him as a screen and bounces a beauty to put the Spark back in front, 5-4. 9.5 to go here in the first half. Again, the winner of this game goes on to tomorrow's PBL Jim Thorpe Challenge Championship game at 2 p.m. Eastern Time live on the Lacrosse TV network. Across the platform, here's Owen Hill. Got Chadwick rolling to the crease. Nice job by a pair of Spark players to crunch down on him. Cree lost his balance, still got the ball, but it pops away. O'Brien flattens his man. It gets loose. It's going to be picked up by Zimmel. Zimmel on the run, but he's got nobody with him, so he wisely just pulls up, hands it off to Benedict. That's the right pick, and it's really the right pick. Benedict was in a much better position than Rio Johnson. Zimmel makes the correct choice, and Benedict, with his 4th of the game, puts the Spark up 6-4. We had a low-scoring contest there for about 13 minutes. It is starting to pick up. Look at that lovely little sidearm shot, and I think he may have gone around Carson Reese, just reaching out with the stick. What a beauty. 6-4, Spark ahead. As I mentioned, Syracuse won the battle between these two teams 2 weeks ago. It was pretty close. Syracuse, I thought, was fairly clearly the stronger team in that one, kind of pulled away, but had a few runs that just separated things a little bit. Elmira, last week, the best they have played, I think, for about 56 minutes again. And they have come to play tonight. Great comeback. Now, here's the key. Syracuse can go on runs. We've seen them do it. Can the Renegades come back? Portelli, nice job, stopped it before the over and back. They're down to a second, though. He tried the pass to Voigt. It comes out. It's thrown in the back of net by Nick Miller. And you might be wondering, is that delay game? I don't think so. Nick Miller was already in the process of shooting as the buzzer went. I think it's a good non-call. There's Tommy Palasek. Donahue hits Papa. Great job by LeBourne. He's having himself a good game. Brody LeBourne. Brian Hobart's a big fan. Donahue rips one. That one's wide. I don't think it touched Runkle. It did not. So still just 4 left on the shot clock. That pass is going to get away from Papa. Kind of handcuffed him down by his thigh. They do get a shot off, and the rebound. Donahue. Oh, off the crossbar. Holy cow. And here's Nick Miller. Pops it up to himself, catches it, scores! What a turn of events, as it looked like that rebound was going to turn into a goal for Syracuse. Instead, the crossbar sets up the crossbar is going to get the first assist. And down to Nick Miller. He is all alone. Just paints that top corner. What a beauty to get the Renegades back within 1. Bobbled the pass, but he corralled it. And he knew he had plenty of time. You can see no rush, just a calm look at what was available, and puts it there. Oh, Ross Cree is going to he's going to draw a penalty as Menicola came up high. Cree's head snapped back. He is looking sore. He's just going to stand by the bench door and then walk down to the other end. He is shaken up. Yeah, he's wobbling a bit. That came right up under the chin. We'll see whether it's a 2 or a 5. Benedict pings one off the far post, almost at his 5th. Schultzke tried to pick it up, can't get it. The Renegades get the ball, and it will be a high sticking call. 2 minutes. Again, Syracuse has already used their penalty shot option for the first half. Elmira still has theirs. If and when they use it, you've got to bet it'll be Owen Hill. He has been deadly on the penalty shots, although I have found in the last couple of weeks the tide has turned a bit early in the PBLA season and into this Jim Thorpe Challenge of the PBL. The shooters were dominating on the penalty shots. The goalies have started to figure it out a bit. Here's Benedict, nice little sidearm pass to Delisle, trying not to look at Chubb coming across, but Chubb was picked up anyway, but Delisle says, I'll just shoot it. Drops the head of the stick and finds a little hole past Jack Runkle to put the Spark up with the power play goal by 2 goals once again.
That last Renegades penalty was on number 27, Joe Nicola. 2 minutes for the high stick at 7:48 in the second quarter. Syracuse spark goal scored by number 48, Hank Delisle. Assist by number 11, Dylan Lyons at 8:06 in the second quarter. Thank you.
Possession or face-off violation on Cameron Papa. So the Renegades will get the ball back and try to cut into this lead. They're hanging in, but as I said, Syracuse has shown the ability to really go on runs. Pretty nice shot by Reese, but it was turned aside. Oh, a huge hit. Oh, Brian's going to take a penalty on Voigt. A high sticking call. Oh, no, it's not. I was going to say, I didn't think that was a high stick at all. It was just a solid body check, but it's actually Dwight Biro Jr. that's going to get the high sticking penalty. So now, Owen Hill's already at center. 6.5 to go in the half. You don't know if you get another chance. This is an opportunity to pull within one. So Biro will have to spend a couple minutes in the box, but Owen Hill will try to make it even harder for him to sit there by scoring and pulling the Renegades back within one. He is going to come wide. We've seen it all the time. And well, sure what's going on. Why on earth are they stopping play right now? Wow, we're going to go to the media timeout right before the penalty shot. We'll be back. All right, lacrosse friends, we're just about ready to go here. The penalty shot from Owen Hill against Edmund Cathers. They are the only two players out on the floor. We've got the rest of the players who will be playing after the shot are in their change boxes just on the floor, but nobody else out in the main part. It is mono, Owen Hill, Edmund Cathers, after the high sticking call to Dwight Biro Jr., the captain of the Spark. And we're already seeing some fans here in their Jim Thorpe All-Americans jerseys, ready for the next game again, 8 p.m. live on Lacrosse TV. Jim Thorpe All-Americans and Binghamton Bombers to see who will meet the winner of this game in the PBL Jim Thorpe Challenge Championship game Sunday, March 19th at 2 p.m. live on the Lacrosse TV. Not the Lacrosse TV, on Lacrosse TV. Having a discussion with the coaches, Ron Cogan, the head coach for Syracuse, and the All Black, with the Johnny Cash looking pretty sharp. We can't quite see it there, but with the very cool necklace, beaded necklace, Syracuse Spark, and on the right, the dapper jacket that you can't really see the blue and red check. It is sweet. Brian Hobart for Elmira. They're having a conversation with John Civic and Clint Doolittle. Well, Danny Tavares is over talking to some of the Renegades. I think that's Bradley Voigt who has had oh no, it's Lucas Maloney, 6'8". I'm not sure what the conversation here is about. Owen Hill actually went back to the Elmira bench. He's got his helmet off. He's taking a little break before we get rolling here. The ball is already down at the faceoff dot. Owen Hill has picked it up. Officials giving Edmund Cathers his instructions. And we are finally going to get this penalty shot. I was going to say Hill will go wide. That's what we've seen. And if Cathers doesn't get across to the far side, Hill will go there. Cathers already heading for that far post. That's a great save by Edmund Cathers because Hill saw that Cathers was starting to go across, was inching, was cheating over. So I think it looked all the way like he wanted to go back against the grain. And Cathers just hung back far enough that he could throw the hand out and make the big stop. That's a terrific play in the cat and mouse game by Edmund Cathers against an extremely skilled finisher in Owen Hill. Austin Finger, Ross Creed ready for the face-off. There's always a face-off after the penalty shots. Again, Biro will spend 2 minutes. So after the first stoppage, after 4:29, he'll get out. Hoppa tries to scoop it up. It actually flings ahead to Maloney. Nice pass to Chadwick. He had to kind of elevate to stay up above the crease. Not sure he got on that, what he was hoping to. A great chance. Nice try by Maloney. A good effort by Chadwick. Just doesn't quite connect. And we remain 7-5 after the stopped penalty shot by Edmund Cathers and then the missed shot by Chadwick on the pass from Maloney. And here is Tommy Palasek. Bounces one. Stopped by Runkle. He's got it. He's got a man ahead in Brett Logan. But a nice job again by Syracuse to get back. This time, Palasek and Hops both getting back in plenty of time to take away any transition opportunity. So difficult to stop transition chances in this league with these rules. Again, the change rules. Oh, the stick gets up on Hill, but he fights through it. And the stop by Cathers. Nice one-hand pass there under duress by Zach Hops. Boy, I've seen him and his brother Derek play a bunch. I remember them playing in the 2019 President's Cup for the Akwesasne Bucks at that point. And what a team that was. Akwesasne just producing tons of talent, developing talent. And the Hops brothers just speedsters. Sunday over to Delisle. Passes down low. Rio Johnson with a chance. Great D by Menicola, but then nobody picks up Chubb. Menicola takes away the first option, so Rio Johnson just makes a nice little flip pass. And Jay Chubb, who's been dangerous, he's had some really big moments in PBLA and PBL, but hasn't done as much lately, but great job coming back near post to just find a little spot past Jack Runkle, and it's 8-5 Spark. This is a huge time for the Renegades. You can't afford to fall too far behind. We've talked about the ability. I feel like I kind of jinxed the Renegades last week because I kept talking about how Jim Thorpe could go on runs, and they sure did with 5 goals late to win that one and clinch first place in the round robin part. Logan Monroe a little riled up, gives Eddie Buhal a cross check. And the professor is going to say, everyone go to your benches. Let's get some cooler heads out here. And Jeff Geddes will have to go over and start with possession. Geddes, who was on the roster with the Rochester Nighthawks in the NLL before PBLA got going. Well, last year or the year before. Carson Reese gets through. He scores. No, that's a good call. His foot was definitely on the crease. I thought it was being missed, but John Civic was right there and made the call. Pretty good defensive play by Bill O'Brien as Reese broke in and O'Brien just disrupted his stride enough to force him to land on the crease. I didn't think there was any question that his toes were on the line, so that's a good call. Here's Owen Hill. Boy, they would really love to get him rolling, especially in the absence of Wes Whitlow and Kevin McNally. We'll get to that in a minute. Reese gets it back. O'Brien on him. Nice job by... Ooh. Stick came right down on the helmet of Carson Reese. I don't think there was any intent, but still, the O'Brien stick did land right on the crown of the helmet. Oh, that's a big bump. Big bump by Zimmel on Logan. Now, is he going to the box? Oh, he is. I thought they were just calling possession at first, and the ball had kind of popped out of Logan's stick. So, yeah, it made sense, the possession call, but now they're going to go, probably, it could be boarding, it could be checking from behind. I think it'll just be 2 minutes, but Zimmel will go to the box. What's that call? Fist to the opposite elbow with one hand up. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to look that one up. I thought it'd be boarding. Maybe that is boarding. I thought boarding was fist to the hand. Sorry, I'm going to have to go reread the rule book. I haven't read it for a few weeks. Oh, nice attempt there by Waylon Abrams, but he is stopped by Edmund Cathers as Abrams looking pass, trying to convince everyone. Cathers wasn't buying it. O'Brien and Hops up high on the penalty kill for the Spark. Down low, it's Biro and Eddie Buhal. And neither Biro nor Buhal can come up with it, so the Renegades will have another chance. It bounces out to Reese. He's got Portelli down low. He's going to come up to Owen Hill. Is it strong left for the Renegades? They go low to Waylon Abrams. Nick Miller's up at the shooter spot. I think he's going to invert. Ball gets away, and Cathers looking up the floor. The 5-second or the 4-second count. You got to get out of the crease. You either throw it out or step out. And Cathers did neither in time. So with still a minute plus on the power play, Elmira has it back. They trail by 3. Big time for them to try and get one here. Miller gets it from Abrams. They're going strong right this time as Reese is at the top. There's Portelli. And they've got Lucas Maloney joining them. He's going to cut through to the middle. Sets a pick on Hops. O'Brien rotates out. Pretty good D, but then the chance. Syracuse was rotating well, but Reese slipped in and got an opportunity. You got to get out of the crease. He does it. Long pass. Oh, it was so close. Carmen Papa was waiting as Bill O'Brien stepped to the crease. I think he actually could have gone a step earlier, but he did wind up getting it. Now, they're calling it illegal substitution. Who's it on? I'm not quite sure what the call is because I was actually watching and I thought if anything, Papa waited too long because O'Brien was in the change box. And then Papa went out. Wow. I'm surprised by that. Now Carmen Papa's going to go. It should actually be the in-home. Somebody's got to come off because it will be a 5-on-3 for Elmira for 27 seconds or less. Yeah, Schultzke's going to go. It doesn't have to be somebody who's on the floor. It's actually your in-home. But Schultzke would be... Yeah, I think they actually wanted Carmen Papa to go to the penalty box. I mean, he's very good. I don't know, maybe... They look upset about it. Chadwick will stay up high as the safety valve. 20 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Portelli and Reese, the righties. Abrams and Hill, the lefties. Oh, and it's picked off cleanly by Zach Hops. He almost stumbles, but manages to fight through it. Fights through the checks as well. Great job by Zach Hops. And boy, bit of a break maybe as Hill trying to check. His stick slid up to the side of the helmet of Zach Hops. And when a team's just taken 2 in a row, the other team is ripe to get called for a penalty. Zimmel is released. He's going to go back and play D. There's only 8 seconds left on the shot clock. What a drive to the net by Papa, but he's stopped by Jack Runkle. Runkle started off very well. Got beat some, but not too many his fault, but definitely would have liked a few back. But he is looking sharp again. Still a minute plus on the power play. Elmira making some changes as Chadwick goes off. And Nick Miller came on. He gets the pass now and rips a pass down to Maloney. He couldn't quite catch it. There's a shot for the far side. Late in the shot clock, they have to have a go. It doesn't get through. Heads up into the stands, and Syracuse has it back. Here's Caleb Benedict, 43 on the penalty. He'll slow it down, watched by Nick Miller. Geddes coming to double team and force the issue. Bill O'Brien with a big pick. Benedict hands it off, and he's going to make his way to the bench. Oh, and Tommy Palasek, with not much going on, they were waiting to get their last guy out. They were killing the penalty, and Palasek decides to just have a go. He must have thought that Jack Runkle was not paying attention. Maybe Runkle was waiting like I was for Syracuse to finish. Let's see. Here's Bill O'Brien. Sets a pick. No, Runkle was watching. Palasek just flat out beats him. Big goal to make it 9-4, the shorthanded marker. 27 seconds to go in the penalty. 44 and a half to go in the first half. 9-5 for the Spark. Big battle. Oh, Chadwick, I think got hit in the face. There's a bunch of people colliding. Chadwick's still down. Syracuse has a break. Oh, I can't believe they just blew play down. Breakaway chance for Ross Cree as Chadwick was on the floor. Most important thing right now is Jimmy Chadwick. It looked like there was a big collision. He got rammed in the head, went down. He's looking pretty solid. Hopefully he's okay. It'll be a timeout for Syracuse. Garrett Cree, an assistant coach, was immediately called. We want that timeout. So again, now there's 28.9 seconds left in the first half. Syracuse will have all of that time because they were just getting possession. So they will have that full time, no shot clock. Edmund Cathers has gone to the bench. Right now he's still on the floor, but he's going to come off, and they're going to send out 5 attackers. I'd bet dollars to donuts. And we will see a 5-on-5 play, and they'll just wait till the last few seconds to take a shot. The defenders out there already for Elmira. We've got Justin McKinney, number 26. We got number 66, Brody LeBourne, 77, Brett Logan, 27, Joe Menicola, and number 40, Josh Harris. Goaltender again, Jack Runkle. Oh, Cathers has come out onto the floor. Oh, okay, he's standing at the restraining line. He's coming. He's going to come. Caleb Benedict will take the ball. Hank Delisle. There's a lefty along with Dylan Lyons, number 11. And Benedict and Sky Sunday are the righties. And who do they have waiting? Yeah, they got somebody waiting to go. Dylan Donahue, the lefty, is going to join them. He'll go over and make it a strong left. And Cathers, they're just going to wait a bit, and then Cathers will slowly make his way over. Yeah, now they're calling him. He gets to the change box. They hold Donahue. Oh, no, they're going to send out Zach Hops. And then Schultzke races to the bench, and it's Donahue coming now off the post and up out of play, so they didn't have to wait. As they had, Schultzke was racing back. And there's a shot, but that one's pretty early, and the chance for at the empty net. I'm not sure why play was blown down. Did Elmira take their timeout? They did. It works out okay because Jack Runkle missed, but boy, if that had gone in, I think Elmira might have been kicking themselves. I'm not sure what they'll do. 1.4 seconds to go here. They'll just have to take a shot from deep in their zone. Edmund Cathers will be back in the net for Syracuse. Runkle's making his way to the bench. They'll get the extra attacker, and I guess, I don't know if it makes any difference. Well, I guess it does make a difference because you can have somebody unguarded if you want to try to make a pass. No, they're just going to leave him in, and they're just going to let play the 1 point. Oh, never mind. It's gone up to 3.5 seconds. The clock wasn't stopped in time down in the scorer's box, so Runkle's going to stay out. See, now I'd pull my goalie and have, because then you can have Miller starting with the ball in the crease as he is, and you could have 5 guys down the floor, so somebody would have to be open. He's just going to let one rip. It's picked off by Dwight Biro. The first half will come to a close with the score 9-5 for the Syracuse Spark over the Elmira Renegades. Thank you for being with us here on Lacrosse TV for semifinal number 1 of the Jim Thorpe Challenge in the PBL. I am Steven Stamp. It has been a fun first half. We'll be back in 15 minutes with more of the PBL of the Jim Thorpe Challenge on Lacrosse TV. Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome back to semifinal number 1 of the PBL's Jim Thorpe Challenge Championship weekend. It's 9-5 for the Syracuse Spark over the Elmira Renegades. I am Steven Stamp, pleased to be bringing you this broadcast on Lacrosse TV, the home of great lacrosse. It'll be Ross Cree for Syracuse, who again is going right to left here in the third quarter, taking the draw against Austin Finger, the main face-off guy for the burgundy and black clad Elmira Renegades, going left to right. Teams defend the goal closest to their bench in the first and the fourth. To make the second and third pretty challenging to take away transition, as you got that long outlet pass to a guy who's coming off the bench. If somebody leaks out early, Brett Logan takes the pass. He's going to get over center. I don't think he made it, but they say he did. You never know. The 30-second clock doesn't always start at the time the official starts their count. It was showing 21 when they did get across center. Down to 8 to shoot as Portelli takes the pass from Miller. Looking back to Miller, can't get anything through, so he throws the shot. Cathers makes the stop, and Ross Cree under some duress from Miller. Now he's running low on time. They're going to call 8 seconds there on him, and that's another example where the... Oh, and it looks like we're going to have a chat between referee John Civic and Elmira head coach Brian Hobart. And so that one, the 30-second clock was at 20, but it was just the 8 count when it got down there because they'd started the 30-second clock a little early. It was reset when the save was made, and they didn't reset it again when play was blown in, which was a couple seconds later. So that's why, if you're wondering why they don't go by the 30, because it's not always right in sync. That's why the officials count. Good job there. Here's Portelli. Waylon Abrams, watched by Eddie Buhal. Owen Hill with a little pick, the roll. Nice pass with a save by Cathers. Pretty good defense by Syracuse, but they still got the chance, Elmira did. But Cathers makes the stop. Zimmel, he's going to throw a pass that's going to be picked off. Nice hustle by Jeff Geddes, who's going to draw a penalty as Dwight Barrow Jr. ran him into the boards. It's picked up by Casey Swamp, who flings it ahead. He didn't realize they had a delayed penalty coming. And Nick Miller wants a major. I don't think he's going to get it. It's high sticking, 2 minutes. So a chance for Elmira early in the third quarter. Does not look like they're going. Oh, yes, they are. I was going to say they're not going to use their penalty shot. They are. Owen Hill, again, is out at center already. Brian Hobart's calling his players off. We saw Cathers with a great save on Owen Hill in the first half on the penalty shot. Remember, Hill loves to go to that far post. He saw Cathers cheating. Cathers was getting off the near post, starting to go across, so Hill came back near side. You could just see it coming. And Cathers threw the hand out, made the stop. Let's see what Hill does this time. He is wily and creative. Now Cathers is holding his post. Nice save again by Cathers as Hill found Cathers just trying to spread out, which is not a bad strategy, but it did leave some 5-hole space. Hill almost got it, but Cathers just gets enough with that left leg pad. Dwight Barrow Jr. will spend 2 minutes plus until the next stoppage in play in the penalty box. Finger pulls it out. Nice little pass. Can it be picked up? McKinney does get it, throws it ahead. And that's Casey Swamp burying Miller into the boards. Miller wants another call. You're not getting that one, son. Here's Bill O'Brien. Hands it off. Looks like he's got the, I don't know if it's a GoPro. I think it's a Hawkeye. It might be a GoPro. He's got the helmet on the camera on the helmet. So you can check out his YouTube channel, I believe it is, for some Thrilla-Vision. Bill O'Brien, nicknamed Thriller, or Thrilla. He put some pretty lively videos out. The shot from Dylan Lyons, who's been very quiet tonight. Sky Sunday just rolls that one down. As the 30 ran out, and here comes Carson Reese. Dylan Lyons has been fantastic the last few games. My goodness, he has played well, looking really dynamic. Tonight, they've really taken him out of it. Big pick by Owen Hill. And Hill on the roll. Almost got the pass from Abrams, but nice job. I think that's Eddie Buhal who knocked the pass down. That's going to be an 8-second counter. So they're going to say, oh, it's Schultzke. It was Schultzke and they're not Buhal. So Schultzke knocked it down and then went and got it. But it was such a long battle, and they're saying that Syracuse had possession. That's an illegal pick. They don't call it, and Owen Hill scores. Oh, and Syracuse can't believe it. And I got to agree with one on that one. You'll see the very zesty pick by Owen Hill. Abrams with a lovely touch pass to get it through. And then Owen Hill. There you just see him open, ramming it home 5-hole. Couldn't get the 5-hole to go on the penalty shot, but does this time. That is the skill of Owen Hill. Look how open he is. What you're not seeing there is the pick that was, and Nate Schultzke can't believe it, because he was crumpled by that pick on the mid to high back. 9-6. Elmira gets the first game of the second half, first goal of the second half, and Jimmy Chadwick comes up with possession. Nice job fighting off Buhal's check. The ball did eventually pop out. Then Brett Logan got crumpled. Maloney running out of traffic and into traffic, gets to the net. Oh, Guinea, oh, he's flattened from behind. That was a pretty big hit on the back there, but here comes Benedict. Nice job to protect the ball. Good defensive work by Miller. Little pick from Hops as they pass it across. And Benedict, quick shot. Stopped by Davy Jones, who has come into the game for the second half for the Renegades and makes a big stop. Gage Stevens also dressed. All 3 goalies in uniform tonight. A little unorthodox, but everybody suited up for the Renegades in the last line of defense. And they've all had some great moments. Davy Jones, who started the season as the starter. There's a save by Cathers on Waylon Abrams. He went through the crease. He shouldn't be able to, he knows he can't pick that up. Looking up the floor is Hops. Oh, he wanted to go over to Hank Delisle, and Delisle just said, no, go the other way. I'm not there. Now Delisle takes the pass, and Syracuse trying to get something rolling here. Halasek. We saw him rip one from right around there and put it in the first half. He's going to go to Delisle. Cuts through the middle to try and get it back, but it's not there. Here comes Donahue. 5 to shoot. Halasek. Now he'll let one fly. That's off the mark. Menicola has it. He's the lead guy, so he's going to look around and see who he's got with him. Now he's going to pull up and go for a change. Owen Hill takes a couple of hits, topples, and then winds up blocking Lucas Melody. He's trying to run back as Tim Zimmel runs with the ball. Gets over center, takes a check from Nick Miller and hands it off to Delisle, whose lob pass was open. I'm not sure that Jimmy Chadwick saw the ball floating by because he may have been able to reach that and pick it off, but he was just focused on getting back to his defensive position, as well he should be. Now Chadwick breaking up the floor. He's going to get the pass on the bounce. Almost a second hop to Chadwick. Nice job to pick it up. He's going to the net. He's 1-on-2. Oh, that's a pretty good pass. Jimmy Chadwick blind over the shoulder, but he knew that Waylon Abrams was racing in and almost got it to him. That would have been a beauty. No harm because there was no other Syracuse players really around. As the only other defender out there was down on the low man. It was either Portelli or Reese. They were picking up. Oh, and Reese gets hit with Miller's shot. The 30 was about to expire. So sorry, that was Waylon Abrams. Had to get the shot off, and he drilled Nick Miller in the back. Or Carson Reese, sorry. Rio Johnson, on the crease. Great chance for Sky Sunday, but the big save by Davy Jones. I think Sunday may have wanted, if he could do it again, I think he might shoot a little quicker because he gave Jones a chance to react. Now Johnson, underhand shot. That one stopped. Gets up out of play. That'll be a fresh 30 for the Spark. And Dwight Bureau's come out of the puck. Syracuse has 6 guys on the floor, but no. I think they're calling, what are they calling? The officials are going to call timeout and talk about it because I think that the penalty box attendants sent Dwight Bureau out. They said, your time's up, go out. They sent him out. He's saying they sent him out. He has to stay in there until the next stoppage, so he should just go back in there. But it shouldn't be a penalty because he was sent out. Delay of game. Wow. Okay. It's a hard line to call, to draw. You can see Bureau got out on the floor and was like, wait, play's still going? He thought play was being called down. He thought it was a stoppage and he could go over. They let him out of the penalty box and he kind of hesitated and then said, okay, I'll just go. So he ran across while there were 5 other Spark players on the floor in addition to the goalie. So clearly they did have too many men, but Ron Cogan is kind of disbelieving. He's saying they sent him out. How do we get the penalty? And it's delay of game because if you go out in that situation, it is a delay of game penalty. But when Dwight Bureau is saying, you sent me. I don't think Ron Cogan is going to win this argument. The coaches seldom do. Yeah, no, he has not won it. So the Renegades will go to the power play. They trail 9-6 with 9:02 to play here in the third quarter. Again, they have used both their penalty shots for the game in lieu of power plays. Owen Hill stopped both times by Edmund Cathers. And just think, Owen Hill, who was almost automatic earlier in the season. Nice pickoff by Cathers as Hill tried the misdirection pass to Waylon Abrams. Pass ahead to Schultzke. He can't get it. Now he eventually gets it, and Syracuse will have the ball. He's going to sprint. He is quick, and he will get away from pressure and slow things down, let the penalty killers get going. But just think, if Owen Hill, who was automatic on the penalty shots earlier in the season, had scored those 2 goals, it's a 9-8 game right now. Syracuse makes some changes, and Hops will just let one rip from distance as the shot clock was about to expire. Elmira is trying the hidden ball trick. Now they're onto it. Nick Miller had it. And they saw it in the bounce shot through, I think it went right through Bill O'Brien, but Cathers was there and just swallowed it up. Nice sprint by Papa to get up over center. Schultzke's going for a change, so they get Delisle out. Bill O'Brien is saying he'll just stay out for now. Are we going to change him? We've got 12 left on the shot clock. Interesting, just as Bill O'Brien turned, I can see he normally, I think, has his braid done all the way down. He's actually got some loose hair at the bottom. I don't know if it's come out or if it's a new look for him. It's a beauty of a braid. Love it. Have to ask him about that after.
Here comes the Renegades.
This time Owen Hill does happen, and Nick Miller's doing the heavy cradling. I'm not sure if guys realize that when they do the exaggerated cradle, it's a giveaway that they don't actually have the ball. I think both guys trying to do the hidden ball trick should cradle the exact same way and amount. Nice job by O'Brien to pick that one up and tiptoe past the crease. And Bureau comes out of the penalty box to accept the pass. I thought it was going to Cameron Papa. It may have been. Here's Hops. Oh, off the post. What a great play by Hops. The little sidestep to stay out of the crease. But a big stop by the post. Davy Jones gets a little help. Oh, Portelli, good job by his teammates to let him know that Casey Swamp was coming up behind. And Portelli was able to adjust and hold on to the ball. Big collision in front between McKinney and O'Brien. O'Brien, though, trying to head behind the net, but Cathers grabs it. Good job again by Elmira to get back. And that pass is going to bounce away from Rio Johnson and up into the mesh above the boards. All kinds of pressure on Monroe. He floats a pass, was almost picked off. Now it is taken by Syracuse. Rio Johnson has it, and Syracuse does not have numbers, so I think they'll slow it down. Rio Johnson tries to set a pick and is just manhandled there by McKinney, but he heads right back in. He's not giving up. Here's Delisle with the ball. Across to Benedict. They get on him, but he gets loose and rips one. It almost comes back to him, but Miller comes away with it. Quick pass, nice job to get it to Chadwick. I thought he'd forced it, but no, he got it through. Now Chadwick going to the net, behind the back as he falls. He really wanted that one. Here come the spark. Benedict to the net. Scores! Caleb Benedict, that's got to be 5 for him. Look at the quickness with the feet and the quickness with the stick to get it from protected out to his side to in a shooting position and just rams home the bouncer. So it's 10-6. Spark ahead of the Renegades, and we will take a quick break for the media timeout here on PBL Action on Lacrosse TV. All right, lacrosse friends, welcome back to semifinal number 1 of the Jim Thorpe Challenge. Players box lacrosse action on Lacrosse TV. I'm Steven Stamp, and it is Finger versus Cree once again. A 10-6 Spark lead as the face-off will get this second part of the third quarter underway. Again, the second game will be on live at 8 p.m. all across the Lacrosse TV platform. Jim Thorpe All-Americans and the Binghamton Bombers. And then tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, the championship game of this challenge. Syracuse completes the change. Donahue gets it and immediately gives it off to Jay Chubb, who got a nice goal earlier. He's looking down low. He's going to rip one. I thought he was looking past as Eddie Buhal was coming out from behind the net, but no, it's just a rip, and Jones just got enough of it. Big battle for the loose ball. Maloney tried to tap it ahead to himself, and then when Nate Schultzke picked it up, he just swatted him across the face with the head of the stick. Syracuse maintains possession. They've got 18 on the shot clock. Donahue backpedaling. It's tipped away from Benedict by Maloney, who then kind of grabs onto him. They've got away with one there, but not for long. That is the sock trick for Caleb Benedict. Wow. That is an absolute rip from Benedict. You see, he just separates from Maloney and then shoots around the Elmira defender, and he is fired up as well. He should be. The score, the Elmira Renegades 6, the rest of the Syracuse Spark 5, but Caleb Benedict with 6 makes it 11-6 for the Spark. Here's Schultzke. He will not get that one through, and then takes the big cross check from Austin Finger. Owen Hill comes up with the ball. Schultzke doing some good stuff here. Chadwick, nice spin to get away from O'Brien, whose stick snaps across Chadwick. He's going to have to go to the bench and get a change, and they'll say, oh, penalty coming. I think it's going to be on O'Brien. So the extra attacker is just coming out. It's Maloney. He takes the pass. They've got 5 to shoot. Waylon Abrams behind the net. 2 to shoot. He's got time for a pass. Now you got to rip it. Why was play blown down? Looks like play was blown down before the 30 expired, just as Miller was about to shoot. Now, it was stopped by Cathers anyway, but high sticking call.
Penalty coming up here on the Spark.
Might be, is it Zimmel? Oh, it's Tim Zimmel, so it's not O'Brien. Wait a second. Somebody got the high stick, and then there's an unsportsmanlike as well. Bill O'Brien's out there with a new twig. The old one is in the penalty box with Ross Cree and Tim Zimmel. So that makes it 5-on-3 for the Renegades. Great chance for them. Justin McKinney will be the safety valve up at the top. He'll start with the ball. Owen Hill and Waylon Abrams, the lefties. There's Carson Reese, one of the righties, over to Stephen Portelli with it now. Hops, O'Brien, and Biro, the penalty killers. Behind the back, ripped from Portelli. It's stopped. It is a fresh surgery, but Hops gets it. Now, can they get it over center under the forecheck pressure? Hops tries to get it. It was stripped. Holding call on Stephen Portelli. That'll make it 4-on-3, and Syracuse will start with the ball. So we've got 1:42 of 4-on-3 left, and then the 2 Syracuse players will come out, and they'll have 18 seconds, the Spark will, of power play time. It's not very much, but we'll see what they do in this 3-on-4 situation. Obviously, they're pretty happy to let time tick away. And it looks like Justin McKinney is fairly content to let Carmen Papa stand there with it. If they can just use up the third, let Syracuse use the 30, Elmira will get it back, so you don't have to be a hero here. But Papa's going to try to get either a pass or get a shot off. It's going to be Donahue with the shot, but there's nobody there for the rebound. So good job by the Spark to use 30. Good job by the Renegades to make it a long, easy shot to handle. And they've still got another minute here on the 4-on-3. Hill gets a little pick from Abrams. Shoots, misses. That's going to be an over and back because he didn't touch anybody. Bounces into the Syracuse bench, and it will be Syracuse ball. And Caleb Benedict caught the ball as it bounced into their bench. And then instead of just putting it down, he raced over to the door to change onto the offense and came with him. Oh, this is one of the cutest things I've ever seen on the lacrosse floor, right down below us. Don't think you can see it in the penalty box, but Ross Cree has climbed up on the boards to stand over top of the glass to talk to his, I believe that's his daughter, who has come to see him. That's adorable. I just love that. Yeah. He blows her a kiss. She blows him a kiss back, and he'll go back to focusing on the game. I love that. Hops picking up Reese, and they try to get it down low. Reese gets it back, shoots, nice save, Cathers. Boy, what a difference maker he's been. It's a 5-goal game, and he has really been something. He's just going to rip at the length of the floor. That's off the top of the boards. I don't know if it hit the top of the glass and the wire that goes around behind it. Zimmel, as the Syracuse players get out, Zimmel was racing down. Somebody yelled to let Davy Jones know, and he got rid of it just in time. The Elmira penalty is about to end, so we are back to 5-on-5. Portelli comes out. He's staying deep. The shot goes wide, picked up by Miller, and he'll come into the play. Miller rips that one, and it's going to be stopped there. Now Portelli's going to go to the bench to get a change. That shot is blocked by Hops. Carson Reese gives him a whack and just flicking it over his head. Pretty smart play by Brett Logan because he had no time left in the shot clock. Just got it deep and they get the change. Here's Schultz now. The pressure from Logan. They've got to get across. It's going to be tight. Schultz actually slowed up a little as he came to the center, but made it just in time to beat the 8 count. Here's Chubb. Looking shot, looking pass. Going to pass eventually over to Delisle. A line of Syracuse players straight across. Now they all break up. Palasek thinking dunk maybe. It's not there. He's over on his far side. He'll just rip one with about 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Great job by McKinney to come up with that one. Just gets the pass through. It was almost picked off, but then it's bobbled by Geddes. He goes back and gets it. Syracuse, did they want it over and back? I don't think it was over and back. He didn't possess the ball. He touched it over center. I don't know. Oh my! What a rip on the run. That is a beauty for Elmira. Look at that. Bit of a scrambled play. You see Geddes just hit Carson Reese coming off the bench. And Reese, you're going to see Reese cut out here. Portelli was popping up, but Reese coming off the bench is wide open. Nobody near him as Syracuse was caught on that change a little bit. Again, it's the long change for the teams in this third quarter as it was in the second. So you could see some of the Syracuse players coming from their bench. But because the Elmira bench is so much closer, they are able to get somebody up there a little bit ahead. But it's only a few steps because they do have to come out. Oh no, they come out their own door. So, and the Syracuse players having to come out their own door at the far end. So it's huge, a huge difference. So we're going to have a tripping penalty here. Chadwick was taken down. Ross Cree going to the box. Slowly, he's not happy about that call. Just 7.8 seconds to go here in the third quarter. So the Renegades, they don't have to wait for a last shot because they've got their goalie in. They got the power play. Nice pass. Reese with the shot, scores! That's a beauty. It was the last second shot. Really nice pass by Owen Hill. Gorgeous finish from Carson Reese, his second in the final minute. And things are tightening up in semifinal number 1. The Sparks still lead, but it gets closer. Look at this shot from Carson Reese. He gets it, lets it go, the bouncer, beautiful shot. Here's the nice pass coming. And what about the work from Waylon Abrams? He's not going to get anything on the score sheet for that, but his coaches and teammates saw what he did with the big pick. We will take a break. It's 11-8, Spark over the Renegades, but some momentum with Elmira when we come back on Lacrosse TV with the PBL semifinals. I'm Stephen Stamp. We'll be right back. And we're back underway with the fourth quarter. 15 minutes to decide a championship game finalist in this semifinal number 1 of the Jim Thorpe Challenge in the PBL. Players box across. Shot from Waylon Abrams doesn't get through. It kind of bounces up in the air. Owen Hill was trying to get it. Picked up by Schultz, who will sprint up over center. Doesn't get past Abrams. Nice job by Syracuse to shut the door as Abrams was banged into it. And he smiles because he got the 8-second count and possession. Great forecheck by Abrams. Schultz just ran out of room, and I'm not sure he had anybody to pass to. At that point, probably just want to fling it up the floor, but it's a tough call. And there's the boards coming faster and faster up at you. Rip from Miller. We talked about his outside shooting. That is a thing of beauty from just inside the restraining line. Long sweeping motion, perfectly placed inside the far post. The momentum remains with the Renegades. There's Miller at the top of your screen. He's going to come in right there. He was actually touching the restraining line. It wasn't just near it. I think the back foot. Watch the left foot. I think it's on the restraining line. Yep. What a bomb from downtown Elmira. And the Renegades are within 2. This is a great run that they're on. They're doing so much work. That's a long way to go back, but it's okay. You can go back over center as long as you haven't established yourself the other way. Just kind of pushing the envelope from Brad Logan, but it works out okay, and Elmira has possession. Here's Maloney. Owen Hill surveying. Gets to McKinney. He steps around, shoots, just missed. It's a pretty good idea, but he was wide on the shot. Tries another one late in the 30. That one did not get close, and it'll be Syracuse possession. Oh, we've got Lucas Maloney is down on the floor and looking very uncomfortable as he slowly makes his way back. They don't call play down this time. Palasek, nice job recovering it, and it sets up a goal for Jay Chubb. The shot from Chubb goes wide, and Palasek with the hot ricochet off the backboards manages to corral the short hop and gets the ball, and that gives him a chance to throw it to Chubb. Look at this. There's this. It's actually the save by Jones, and Chubb is absolutely unpicked up, and that is still a result. You saw the player racing in from the bench. That was after Lucas Maloney had finally made his way to the bench for a change. Cree gets buried, but gets the pass off. Schultzke goes for a chance. He's going to be double teamed. He went through the crease, so that'll be him playing the ball and possession given over to the Renegades. Good hustle by Nate Schultzke. If he can get his lacrosse brain working as quickly as his feet and his hands work, he is really going to be something. It's just, you can see he's just part of a second behind. Now, unsportsmanlike call. I've seen a few of these tonight. See if it's a bench minor. It looks like bench minor. So Zimmel's going to go to the bench, and they'll get Schultzke, who is the in-home, to come across and serve it. They go strong left with Miller at the top and Owen Hill over the shooter spot. He's usually in quarterbacking. Things changing up a bit. And sorry, Waylon Abrams at the top. And Nick Miller's down low. I keep getting the 43 and the 23 mixed up. They try to hit Portelli. What a catch as it was tipped on the way. Hard twister, but he gets it real steep and up out of play. Nice defensive play, but what a grab by Portelli. Renegades getting it. Owen Hill's going to shoot. Edmund Cathers luckily was sharp because there was some confusion about what was going on. Syracuse thought they had possession. They throw it down, and the great hustle by Benedict. That's a heads-up play. Oh, around the back. Loses possession, but that was a dynamite little move by Caleb Benedict. If he'd come out with it, that was a gem. Portelli, nice shot, but a great save by Cathers. Taking away that far side. Portelli had a spot. Cathers, another big stop. Boy, Elmira could be right in the thick of this. I mean, they're only down by 3, but Cathers has been really dynamite. Syracuse was only 3 in the offensive zone, as Hops has just stayed back to play D, and now O'Brien as well. They're down into the final 4 of the shot clock. Benedict is going to take one, and he gets a shot on net. Easy one for Davy Jones right in the chat. That's a pretty nifty play too by Benedict. He was not getting his 7th there. He's half of the Sparks' 6 goals. What a night for Caleb Benedict. Ron Cogan, the head coach, is saying, pack it in, pack it in. Abrams, he thinks that's in. He ricocheted off the crossbar, shot down. He thought it was in. I don't know. There's a shot by Hill, another save by Cathers. So between Cathers and his posts, he has been not beatable very often. They've got it back, though. Waylon Abrams, he really looked like he wanted to shoot that. And they were all saying, use it, use it. They set it back up. 3 seconds left in the penalty. Schultzke's going to get out. Abrams dropped the ball, but Bureau was backpedaling into defensive position. We're back to 5-on-5. Just under 11 to go here in the 4th. All the momentum with the Renegades. They're going to need to capitalize, though. Things tend to turn around if you don't score in your chances, and Syracuse can be so dangerous. Elmira showing they're dangerous too. Speaking of dangerous, here's Tommy Palasek, who scored one earlier. Look at the moves and the shot, but the save by Davy Jones sends that shot to Davy Jones' locker. Here is Brett Logan. Boy, Elmira would love to have Wes Whitlow and Kevin McNally, as I mentioned earlier. Wes Whitlow not able to make it today. A real shame that he is not available. He has been a dynamic offensive presence. What a move by Portelli. Get through, and the shot, another save by Cathers. Oh, Elmira is doing just about everything they can. They just can't beat Edmund Cathers. What a great game he is having. And Kevin McNally not here for a very, very good reason. He and his wife had a baby during the week. He wasn't here last week because she was about to go into labor or was about to have the baby. And that baby has arrived. Jimmy Chadwick tries the shot as he's falling, gets away from him, can hardly blame him, and it gets up out of play. But congratulations to the McNally clan, which is now a little bit bigger. What a great story for them. Kevin, if you're watching, everybody understands why you're not here. I'm sure your teammates miss you, but everyone wishing you and your young family the best. Hard rip from the outside. And the outlet pass to Josh Harris. He catches it. Great pass. Harris stopped by Cathers again. Lovely outlet pass. It was either McKinney or Finger that threw that, I believe. But either way, it was perfect. You could see the Sky Sunday tried to get back. But as I said, if you don't go back first, you are in trouble. And Josh Harris, the Brock Badger alum, with the breakaway chance. Another big stop, though, by Edmund Cathers. All kinds of space for Palasek. A big save by Davy Jones. Rio Johnson gets it back, though. Fresh 30 for the Spark. Johnson has it, and they're pointing to him. He'll throw it over to Benedict now. The hidden ball doesn't work. Seldom does, but you know what? If it works once, it's worth trying a bunch of times. Davy Jones, he's got to get rid of it. He does. Nice job to McKinney, who calmly makes the pass across. Boy, Justin McKinney is poised. Like another guy who's working on the boxing, learning as he goes. Little sidearm shot on the run, the sidestep by Carson Reese. Zach Hopp's slowing things down a little. Now he's going to sprint to the net. Miller checks in. The shot on the delayed penalty. Dylan Lyons, I said he's been quiet. He is loud on that one as he bounces one home and turns the momentum around. Makes it 13-9 for the Spark. You can see he's just kind of staying up there. Owen Hill was kind of cheating down to try and help out on the other Syracuse player, and Lyons wisely just stood his ground, maybe half a step up to make sure he was open. And the quick release, boy, Dylan Lyons, he's a tremendous young player. I've loved watching him over the last few weeks. He's a guy I knew very little about, to be honest, beforehand. Maybe nothing, to be honest, really honest. Here's Maloney. He gets bumped from behind. They're going to say no goals. He was already in the crease. Now there's a bit of a kerfuffle as O'Brien was giving him a bit of a hard time for going into the goal, even though he's pushed in there. Then O'Brien stopped. Chadwick tried to come in, and O'Brien doesn't like that, so he shoved him. Now it looks like O'Brien's getting a penalty. I think it's probably actually on the push on Chadwick, as Chadwick was just going in to try and help his teammate, Maloney, who was limping a bit earlier and looked a bit shaken up again here. But imagine we're going to have a roughing call. Could be dead ball foul, actually. Should probably be, it's a dead ball foul. That's a good call. Brian's protecting his crease and his goalie, but I think it's probably a penalty. Power play for the Renegades. They would love to get this one back. 7:25 to go. They trail by 4. Elmira has had a good fourth quarter. They call it roughing. Roughing, dead ball foul. Either way, same thing. Lefty strong again. Owen Hill is back up at the top of the power play. Miller on the shooter spot. Abrams down in the crease where we're so used to seeing him. Miller's going to rip that. Stopped by the hand of Edmund Cathers, or the finger He just barely got it. Great job by Zach Hops to fight through the check. Takes another couple of swats. He's still getting away, even though he's kind of a little gimpy. He looks like he's limping a bit as he goes. He's got the left calf all taped up, and it may be oh, I think his hand is hurt too. He's holding the arm. Now we're going to have a penalty coming. Oh, it's going to be a penalty to Zach Hops. No, I think they're going to not call it because he went to the bench because he was injured, and he went in the wrong door. He went in the offensive door, but he is really shaken up. And I think, now Brian Hobart's saying it doesn't really matter if he's hurt. He still went in the wrong door. Again, you have to go off the floor by the door closest to your goalie, onto the floor by the door farthest from your goalie, and Hops he was not thinking about that. He was just thinking he was hurting a lot. The official's having a chat here about it. I mean, it's a penalty, but Danny Tavares looked like he was showing a little compassion. Yeah, it's going to be a penalty. And Derek Hops can't believe it. Sorry, Zachary Hops, not his brother Derek. Nate Schultzke's fired up, and Garrett Cree is saying, just settle down. Go and serve the penalty. We're fine. You're up by 4. 6-4 now. Actually, Schultzke's going to go back over and he's having a chat with Josh Harris. And Harris is just pointing at the door. I believe we're going to the media timeout, so we will be back. And now there's going to be an unsportsmanlike to Harris. And you know what? I don't know what he said, but honestly, when a guy was hurt, goes off the floor, and they feel like they have to call the penalty, you got to just probably be quiet. I'm a big Josh Harris fan. I don't know that was the best approach you could have taken. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the final 6:49 of semifinal number 1 of the Jim Thorpe Challenge on Lacrosse TV. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to First Arena in Elmira. We've got 6:49 to go in Jim Thorpe Challenge semifinal number 1. I'm Steven Sam bringing you the action from Elmira on Lacrosse TV. And here is what has happened. Bill O'Brien was already in the penalty box. He'd spent 36 seconds in there for his roughing or dead ball contact foul after the crease play a little while ago. And then Zach Hops was hurt, really shaken up, went in the wrong door, wasn't even thinking about where he was going. And you know, at first some sympathy shown, and then the refs, I think, realized, like, you know, it's a penalty. And then as Schultzke, who was going to go and serve the penalty for Hops because he was hurt, was heading over. Oh, okay. He and Josh Harris were yakking, and then so Harris and Schultzke each got 10 minutes and a game misconduct. So they got game misconducts, but there was the penalty called first on Hops. So it should be, because O'Brien was already out there. If Schultzke and Harris both got game misconducts, if there were no minors, then it should be a 5-on-3. And it looks like that's what we are going to have. So somebody's got to go serve that. It might as well be Zach Hops, if he can go over. Because Schultzke's gone to the dressing room. They don't have anybody in the box for the second penalty. There we go. Tommy Palasek's going to go over. So Hops, I'm trying to see if he's on the bench. I don't think so. If so, he's in behind. He was really shaken up. He looked hurt, so hope he's okay. Oh, actually, no. Hops is out on the floor. He's one of the penalty killers on the 5-on-3. He had time. He had the media timeout, so he can come back out. I mean, he'd gone to the bench, so he could come out anyway. But I guess illegal sub, you can put anybody you want on if not the player goes off. That's the point. It's just it was so obvious that it was Hops. So the 4-on-3 low with Menicola up high as the safety valve. Nice catch by Waylon Abrams. Gets to the hill. His bouncer gave Edmund Cathers a little trouble, but he did make the stop. Now he is dropped down. He is shaken up. That came up at a funny angle, and I think it got him, and they're calling the trainer right away. Cathers is down in the prone position. That was an awkward spot to hit him, and the Elmira trainer comes out to help him out. So it's 13-9 for the Spark. 6:32 to play in the fourth quarter. And the Renegades with a 5-on-3, a minute 7 to work with in the 5-on-3. And then there'll be another, after that penalty, there's another 36 seconds. Of course, if they score, then they'll go back to, there'll be whatever's left in the Palasek. Well, it's not the Palasek penalty. The penalty Palasek is serving. Syracuse is going to have the ball because Cathers had stopped it. It was in his possession in the crease. Dwight Barrow brings him some water. Cathers will get a drink. He's going to spray his neck down and his face down. Looks like Carmen Papa will start with it. He has been just dynamite for Syracuse all season long. And I would think with the double team, if he can, he'll want to sprint away and get past Menicola and Monroe, but they're spreading out. Can he get through the middle? That's a dangerous stride to try and split the D right in front of your net. He's waiting for the call. They've got Donahue and Buhaler way up the floor, so he is on his own. And now they're going to come back and try and help him, and he gets by. Great job, Papa. Here comes Logan for the triple team. He runs through that too. Carmen Papa. That's not going to show up in the score sheet, but what a play by the veteran. He scored some beautiful goals, but that play may be about as big as most of those. He does get it stripped by Logan, but gets it back. Now just 2 seconds on the shot clock. That is a working man's 30-second shift by Carmen Papa. And Syracuse has just 30 seconds left to kill. Owen Hill goes for the hidden ball trick, quickly gives it off to Miller. Oh, I thought he might shoot. He loves to let it rip from there. It was tipped, but Portelli gets it. Fires when it comes out hard, out to Hops. Now he's going to go behind the back. And that got them out of all kinds of trouble as well with the 5-on-3 forecheck. Donahue thought about going deep, wisely decided not to pass it. I don't know if he was seriously considering the pass to Sky Sunday. They've got 1 second left. It's knocked out of bounds. Portelli swatted the stick of Donahue, and the ball went out off of Donahue's stick. The 30 may have been expiring anyway, but the first penalty's over. 22 seconds left. O'Brien is out there on the penalty kill. Owen Hill behind the back. Thought he might get it back from Abrams. Abrams fires, stopped by Cathers. Where is it? It's in his gear. It was in the back. Good thing he stepped to the side. That is the heads-up play for the goalie, just to get off to the side of your net, because that was on the back of his gear. If it had come loose before play was whistled down, that would have been a goal. Delisle down to Benedict. Again, 6 goals for him tonight. What a game for Caleb Benedict, one of the most electrifying players in the PBL. He spins underneath, a little pick from Palasek. Oh, he gets himself a chance, but misses, gets back to himself. That's a big save, Davy Jones. Wow, Caleb Benedict with the ball ricocheting out to him. Finger running. He's got Chadwick with him. That's a great play by Finger to use the decoy. Use Chadwick as a decoy. Get himself an open space and got the shot off, but he was stopped by the post. Actually, I think it was the crossbar, maybe where they meet. Boy, Elmira has had chances. They could very easily be at 13-13 or even be ahead in this game. Instead, they're down 13-9 because Edmund Cathers has been great and he's got some help from his posts. That long pass under duress is going to go wide, and Davy Jones will just pick it up, make the short pass to Owen Hill. Under 4 minutes to play, a 4-goal separation. Davy Jones looks to the bench. They don't call him yet. They're going to take one more possession, and then I think they're going to have to start pulling the keeper. It's been a very good game. Really good game by Elmira. Looking from behind the net. Diving, dunking attempt. Another save by Cathers. I think Owen Hill thought he had that one. Sky Sunday takes the outlet pass. Remember, not long between games. Well, it'll be about 50 minutes from the time this one ends until semifinal number 2. Jim Thorpe All-Americans and the Binghamton Bombers. And the players are down watching this one wrap up. Then they'll be getting out for their warm-up. Nice save by Caleb Benedict to not get the over and back. But Brent Logan was all alone down the floor. He's going to stay down there. Syracuse is playing. I think the 30 expired, and Sky Sunday's going to go and pick up Logan. Good job. He ran down the floor. The ball was recovered by Syracuse, but he just stayed down the floor. If they'd been able to recover it, he was wide open, but nice job by Sunday to pick him up. Jones has gone to the bench. The extra attacker is out. Here's Owen Hill. Hill looking at Miller. He's going to go to the other side to Carson Reese, who tries a low bouncer, and Cathers just lays the left leg pad down and then ices it, going for the far net. He wants a goalie goal. He's not going to get it. I don't know that they love that decision on the bench, but you know what? He didn't have a lot of time. He got the 4-second count. Nobody was open. Oh, great feed by Waylon Abrams. A touch pass to Chadwick, who is stopped. Another big save by Edmund Cathers. That one goes wide, and that'll be an over and back as Portelli couldn't quite get to it. Palasek is going to be able to pick it up, and if somebody cuts up to the top, they should have a chance to shoot before the goalie gets there as Jones is going back. But Lucas Maloney between the pipes and Syracuse wisely. Dylan Donahue just waits. They just want the clock to keep ticking. Rio Johnson behind the back, as he does a lot. He's good at it. Maybe a bit too much sometimes. And now we're going to have illegal substitution. Yeah, that's an easy one. Elmira's got 6 runners on the floor as well as their goalie. So it's in the final 2 minutes. That means it's a penalty shot for Syracuse. And that's a tough break. Now, he won't have to go and serve that. Nobody's going to have to go serve that because it's a 2-minute illegal substitution call, not an option. Syracuse hasn't opted to take the penalty shot. So, with it 13-9, 1:49 to play. The red light's flashing in the scorer's box. I don't know if they're saying it's a media timeout. But again, we're going to build some suspense before the penalty shot happens. Who's going to take it? You got to think it's Caleb Benedict. Scored a beauty earlier. We'll see how Davy Jones reacts, because Jack Runkle, who played a pretty solid first half, but on the penalty shot, he stayed right back with his heels on the goal line, and Caleb Benedict, that was just too much room to give him. You got to come out and shut down the angle a little bit. Of course, if you come out too far, he's going to fake you low and dip and dunk over top of you. So, I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Caleb Benedict's really good. That's why he's got 6 goals. But and Syracuse is trying to decline the penalty shot. They're saying, no, we're happy to have them shorthanded for 2 minutes. That's not how it works. This is not a position where you choose. Because there's less than 2 minutes to play, it's automatically a penalty shot for the illegal substitution because the penalty can't be served in full. Similar to when you have under 5 minutes in the game and you have one team takes a minor and the other takes a major. They put 3 minutes up because the major couldn't be served in full. So you give that team the advantage. You put the 3 minutes up. And it's actually going to be Sky Sunday. We'll take the shot. Hey, would have gone with the 6-goal man, but let's see what Sky Sunday can do. Davy Jones takes a step out, another step out. Oh, that's beautiful, Sky Sunday. That's why he took it. Holy cow. He gets Davy Jones dropping just a little bit and laces it into the top corner. Beautiful shot. Look at the patience by Sky Sunday. Handful of fakes. Just when there's a bit of space, Davy Jones barely gave him any space, but Sky Sunday didn't need much. And that is a dagger. It's 14-9 with 1:49 to play. Again, 8 p.m. live on Lacrosse TV across the platforms. Semifinal number 2, the Jim Thorpe All-Americans against the Binghamton Bombers. Bill O'Brien, he was looking for a goal, doesn't score a ton, but he had a good chance, just missed the net on the far side. Dylan Lyons comes up with it. Nice behind the back flip, and O'Brien has another chance. Benedict says, no, not this time, Billy. I'm just going to let it rip myself. Comes back out to Benedict. He'll slow things down. Fresh 30, minute and a half to go, and it looks like Syracuse is going to go on to the championship game tomorrow at 2 p.m., which will also be live on Lacrosse TV across the platforms. Boy, Elmira has played a good game. Hard shot by Jimmy Chadwick on the run. Can't find the net. A lob pass ahead. We're coming into the final minute. Elmira will get it back, but they're not going to have time with just 60 ticks of the clock left and a 5-goal deficit. Just can't see it. Maybe stranger things have happened. This one's looking over. That's an over and back. That's really it. That's just an unfortunate one for Portelli and Miller. Portelli kind of flipped it up to him. Miller Thought he was still back in the back half, so he just kind of let it land. What a game, though, Elmira has played. They've really been competitive in this game, had some great chances. And Edmund Cathers, I mean, Caleb Benedict has 6 goals. He has been outstanding. He has the ball right now. Gotta think he's playing the game, but there's a nice save by Davy Jones on a chance for a 7th by Benedict. But boy, Edmund Cathers, there's 7. The extra point for Caleb Benedict. Watch this one from behind, just rams it in. They're not putting the goal in? This is a meeting of the officials. They're saying no goal. I don't know why. There's no indication as to why it's no goal. I think he may have landed in the crease before the ball got over the line because Jones got a bit of it. I think it might be the right call. It might not be anything other than one of the officials saw that he landed before the ball crossed. It doesn't really matter. It's 14-9. We've got 5 seconds to play. A great effort, a solid game by the Elmira Renegades. But Hank Delisle and the Syracuse Spark will celebrate a semifinal win that will send them on. And Nate Schultzke, who was kicked out earlier, comes back to celebrate with his teammates. He's the one in your screen there without his jersey on. 14-9 the final for the Spark. And in 48 minutes, we will have semifinal number 2, Jim Thorpe and Binghamton, to see who will play the Spark in the championship game, 2 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday, March 19th on Lacrosse TV. I'm Steven Stamp. Thank you so much, lacrosse friends, for being with us. This has been a terrific game. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you stick around and enjoy the next game as well. We will see you shortly.